signals for the Baltimore Colts. Unitas gives to Amici. The Colts are the world champions. Amici scores.
It's amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football. California has won the big game. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes. Unbelievable.
This is Phil Steele.
This is Mike Burnham.
This is Wes Durham.
This is Mike Ashley.
Hi, this is Chuck Foreman, number 44 of the Minnesota Vikings.
Woo, mercy, this is handsome Jimmy Vane, the Boogie Woogie Man.
This is Coach Fry with Virginia Tech Football, and you are listening to Big Dog Sports Talk.
Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to roll? Okay, let's do it.
You're in the doghouse with Rick Watson on Big Dog Sports Talk, presented by Pulaski County Sports and Entertainment. Join us in the Family Fencing Studios and chime in on the McClellan Chiropractic chat line. He's keeping cool with help from Little River Heating and Air, but this show is straight fire. And now, the big dog, Rick Watson.
Rick Watson's got the mic, he's the big dog king. Cover sports so sharp, it's a New River thing. Virginia Tech fire, rapid pride too. Every stat, every play, he's bringing it to you. He's got that voice, deep as a valley, breaking it down, no dilly, no dally. Big dog sports talk, feel the bark, feel the bite. Rick's in the zone, every day, every night, from the Hokies to the Highlanders. He's got the spark, Big dog sports talk, lighten up the dark. He's got the scoop, faster than a sprint. Calling plays like a coach, every word's a hint. From the courts to the fields, the stories unfold. Rick's play-by-play, worth its weight in gold. With a laugh and a growl, he'll pull you in. Big Dog's podcast, let the games begin. Big Dog Sports Talk, feel the bark, feel the bite. Rick's in the zone, every day.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well wherever you might be here on this finally Friday edition. Hit us up in the McClellan Chiropractic chat room or on the Professional Door Incorporated text line. Back in the saddle today with the program. I appreciate everyone's understanding about Thursday. We lost that young man who is on our screen right now in a tragic automobile accident. And on Wednesday, and Joey Rakuya is really the only thing that matters, he and his family right now. Very close with his father, Joe, and obviously the entire family devastated. And they're all coming in today to the ballpark, and we will play baseball this weekend. Yesterday's was an entire day of counseling. With the baseball team. They used the entire Dedman Center upstairs where we were, my office. There were several offices converted into just rooms where guys could go and talk and visit with therapists and so forth. And at the end of the meetings, the team wanted to play, and they want to play for Joey, and they want to play for themselves. So we will have baseball today at 3:00. If anybody wants to come out, we will honor Joey. And it's a classic, just wonderful move by Alex Guerra. Joey Rakuya will start at second base today. He will be announced amongst the starters. They will have his glove, I'm guessing his hat there at second base, and then the first pitch will be an intentional ball, and then they will announce that he's being substituted out of the game. So if you can't make it out, I'll be on the call today on ESPN Plus. So it is, without question, it is an athletic department's nightmare. Starting year 26 this past year, calling basketball, my 17th year full-time at Radford, we've been very blessed that we've never had this happen before while someone still is at school with their eligibility. And I'm very proud of the way that we have responded administratively, how Alex Guerra has responded, the coaches, and our entire athletics department family. So, we're all just kind of learning as we go. But really all that matters now is the family. Joe, who I will see today, I can only imagine what it was like getting that phone call. Many of you have sent me, inquiries about the accident on the text line, professional door text line. That's not something I'm going to discuss. I mean, you can read the police report. The news reports are out there. So that's not something I'm going to get into a back and forth about. But very tragic indeed. Joey was our bat boy on our two NCAA championship teams when we went down to Vanderbilt and played number one Vandy in the regional final. We got all the way to the finals that year. And then 2 years later when we went to Louisville and played in that region. So we all watched him grow up on the baseball field. And he loved it. He loved it. And this past weekend, he had gotten his first hit in his first start. And it was really cool to see the smile on his face earlier this week. And then we get the news on Wednesday that he's gone. So for everybody involved at Radford, it's a difficult time. We're going about performing our jobs, called a basketball game last night. Today will be arguably the most important broadcast I've done in a long time, obviously. We will have a moment of silence as well before today's first pitch. So if you're in the neighborhood and you would like to come out and help celebrate Joey Rakuya's life, that would be great. It's free admission, 3:00 against Bryant, or you can tune us in on ESPN Plus. And I do appreciate, I don't know how many of you I heard from. My goodness. 30 people who tune into the program. Thank you so much. This is all about the family right now and Joe. And we are just right now trying to do everything we can to try to help them at this point. So anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for everything. We appreciate it greatly. I appreciate it greatly. Coming up today, Will Stewart will join us at 7. People have sent me inquiries. Where's Will? Did you and Will stop getting along? No, Will always takes the show off at that point because there's nothing to talk about. So I said, hey, will you come on so people know that you and I still love each other? Mike Ashley will join us as open mic. And then Jen the Gamecock Girl will give us another myriad of excuses as to why she's not going to play her sax. All right, go get Creed in. Hang on. Be right back. I'm utterly disorganized this morning, but that's okay. That's okay. We're here, and that's what they say. 3/4 of life is showing up. Excuse me. Thanks to Family Fencing for sponsoring our studios, 540-200-8294, familyfencingnrv.com. Mark Hunley, McClellan Chiropractic, sponsor of our chat room. Professional Door Incorporated, Travis Williams, who was very close to Joe as well, and knew Joey, his son. This has really affected him, sponsor of our text line. Thanks so much, Trav, and thinking about you and your family as well. Pulaski County Sports Entertainment's the presenting sponsor of this program. Thanks so much to Jonathan Sweet and to Tim Miller. Thanks to Charles Lee, Little River Heating and Air, 1095 Radford Street in Christiansburg, 540-553-2971. Professional Door Incorporated, as I mentioned, and the Ready Set Fund. Thanks to them, ReadySetFund.com. Lawson's Mobile Home Supply, 540-381-8011, and the NRV Super Bowl at 382-5525. Brandon at Top Shelf Apparel. And our BDST Fan Question of the Week, sponsored by Ryan Pry, the attorney. Didn't go so well. 26 people said Tech will not make the NCAA tournament. Only 8 of you said they would. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Get caught up here on chat. Good morning, Morris. And Morris, I really appreciate you. You sent some really nice messages, and I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. God indeed give us peace in this time of sad bereavement. It's surreal for everyone. It's a reminder how little control we have over any day that we live. And I saw him on Monday and congratulated him on his hit. So it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing. Yeah. The 8 votes for me to say there is a chance. Yes. There is a chance. And they've got that first chance tomorrow against Carolina. So we'll see if they come through on that. Carolina, I think, is very vulnerable, and Tech's very, very capable. Thanks so much, Big Al. Talked to Big Al. He was very nice yesterday on a phone call. Yeah, a young person just starting out, who was so excited to be in the program that his dad had coached, and he's been known Alex since he was a little kid. Hey, good morning, Tina. Good to meet you and hubby last night. You old Giles Countyans, you. I got to meet. It's great getting to meet so many people who support the program. Please subscribe, like, and share. We got to get the number up because guess what? I got my first, hey, you're doing great, but from YouTube finally. So we're going to have to, I'm going to have to figure out a way to spend more time with this, and we're going to have to get 1,000 subscribers. I urge everybody more than ever to please tell anybody you know that might not mind having a subscription and from time to time would like to, they'd like to be incredibly entertained all the time. But if they like sports, I'm going to need some assistance here. We have 815, so we need 185 more. And YouTube will shut you down pretty quickly. So we need to get that up. Despite our wonderful visual metrics, we're only at a few months here to try to get this done. So I would like to get that done so it's not always something that's on my mind. So please go out and do some farming for me. And I need to do a better job of spending some time and generating some promotional aspects. It's tough with basketball. I won't be traveling other than Saturday and then the tournament the next week. So we'll see what we can do. But please spread the word about subscriptions. We got to get to 1,000 here soon. I have all the confidence in the world we will. But it was one of those, like, when you would go and your dad would, like, compliment you about something, but he was really waiting to yell at you. That's kind of what the email was. Hey, your rewatches are some of the best of any live programming it started over the last 6 months on the entire channel. It's amazing. But you need to get to 1,000 so we can run advertising on you. Okay, I'm trying. Maybe if Jen would play her saxophone, we'd get there. So for me, since Wednesday, I haven't done a whole lot. I'm just going to be perfectly honest to keep up with the sporting world other than what we're doing at Radford. So we can get caught up together here. I know there's been a lot of stuff come down in college football. Rules that seem very superficial with all the other problems going on with college athletics, but I understand. I guess I can say I understand why that they are doing that. Like, for instance, we've had college football players wearing their football pants. They've been cut off kind of above the knees. Just stupid. So yesterday, they're going to mandate that no college football player can be uncovered any longer. They have to be covered from head to toe. And I think Todd Grantham, he's been a real proponent of this because he hated when guys would show up like this look here, which is really stupid. See that right there? See how he has it looks like he's just wearing a pair of shorts. Why aren't you wearing your knee pads over your knees? So it's going to be similar to the NFL rules, and it's going to start in 2026. So they have to all be covered from the waist down. And this will end the dreaded short shorts era. And they're also going to mandate the no hanging mouthpiece rule. Yes, these are the things that they're focused on. Now, the first one I agree with. And no football player should ever look like this. Look at the kicker. He's wearing short shorts. Y'all see that? Look at the Alabama kicker. Or the Oklahoma kicker. What the hell? When did that happen? We used to wear things like that when we would have our walkthrough days, right? When you weren't going to hit, like on Thursdays. You got there, you have your shoulder pads and your helmet, and you have shorts on. Jeez Louise, what are we doing? So I like that rule. The hanging mouthpiece rule, I mean, I didn't keep my mouthpiece in all the time, and that was way back in high school. Yeah, I saw that too, Al. Another lawsuit by the school. Quarterback broke his $1 million signed pay for play deal. I will never call it NIL. It's not NIL. I was talking to USC Upstate's coach last night, Marty Richter, about that. He goes, Rick, isn't it crazy how this went from one concept to just saying, how much money will it take for you to come here and dribble a basketball? That's what he said. It was funny. He's doing a great job with Upstate. Radford got a win last night by 12. Wasn't a great game at all. Sloppy, uneven, but they won. So that's all that matters. And, of course, Tech has a big game tomorrow, and Radford can clinch the number 3 seed tomorrow. Now, if Radford loses to Longwood and Asheville wins, Radford will be the 4th seed because they got swept by Asheville this year. If Asheville wins their game, they got a tough game against CSU, who beat Winthrop last night. If Radford wins, it doesn't matter what Asheville does, and Radford will be the number 3 seed. Keep in mind that if we are the 3 seed, that'll be the late game next Friday, a week from tonight. So we'll be starting at 9 p.m. We likely will not have a show next Friday. I will keep you updated throughout the week as I travel. I don't know what that was. Did y'all hear that? Ping, ping. But in any event, we have a new sponsorship announcement on Monday. Very excited about that. Anyone who's interested in helping out the program, and we will help you out, just ask all of our sponsors, or most of our sponsors I've heard from that have gotten immediate results. Thank you. So we will have a new sponsor announcement joining the family on Monday. So it's good. Morris says, I am finishing Sisler's book, Shatterproof. That's right. You've been on that thing since you got it, man. Will be a great resource for the Rakuya family. Great book. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Of course, what we found out Lauren has gone through is immeasurable. I mean, I can't. Both parents lost, and then her brother. Oof. Yeah, she is. I tell you what, she was an inspiration. Big smile on her face. Life's thrown a lot at her. No question. No question about it. But yeah, that would be. I might actually, I hope I get a chance to talk to Joe today. It's going to be a difficult day, difficult weekend, difficult time. There's no making it better. You just have to deal with the things that are at hand, and then the passage of time will ease the pain. That's the way it always is with loss. You never fully recover. All of us who have lost our parents, you never recover. You're able to go on, but things are never the same, no matter who it is in your life. So, but I am very proud of these young men on this team, this baseball team. Spoke to several of them yesterday as they were finishing up their meeting, and very strong-willed young men. You'd be proud as a community here in the New River Valley and beyond of this team. They are here for the right reasons. They are representing what we are. Yep. And they came out of that meeting very positive, smiles on their faces, and they wanted to play this weekend. It was a no-brainer. They said they wanted to play for Joey, and they wanted to play for one another. And so we're playing, and we'll be on today at 3:00. Absolutely, Prometheus. And the more you go about in your day and you hear about things and people are dealing with things, no, you're right. Everybody's got something. I know Wednesday afternoon, I reached out to my son who's at Wise, and we all have been very open about what happened. It's almost a year ago with him and his suicide attempt. And the first thing I did, not that I was thinking he had fallen back into that because he seems to have conquered it, but just because I wanted to hear his voice, and I explained to him what had happened, and he understood. Dad, I understand. Call anytime. I knew he had class, so I was just waiting. I said, hey, I just wanted to hear your voice. Thank you, Opal. Thank you so much. It's you go in like yesterday. You go into the office and everybody's just sitting there. There's not any words. There's not really any expressions. I mean, it's not about us, but we're the ones that still have to live in it and try to make the best we can out of it. And I think we're doing that this weekend. Yeah, I'll have to get that book from Lauren. And she will sign it. Absolutely. She will not charge anyone here. We're going to have her back on. And I appreciate the Montgomery County Chamber. Steve, thank you so much for arranging all that. That was awesome. That was awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. And I'm glad it had an effect on you, Morris. That's awesome. The outpouring of support has been tremendous. I've seen it all over X. The college baseball community has been unbelievable. And I do mean absolutely unbelievable. Seeing posts from all over the nation, actually. Everybody from our conference. And at the end of the day, you realize, we're all in it for the young people. I know it's changed and many of them are getting paid, but, these guys aren't. These guys are there for all the original reasons. So, not that makes them any, more sympathetic figures, but they playing for the love of the game is still something that's there in a lot of the sports that we have in college athletics. They seem to be going away, but for the most part, I think that's the case. And, we'll get back, we'll get back to the games and we'll get back to the results. Like, we'll be talking about how the series went this weekend against Bryant. But we'll do our best to honor Joey today, not only during the game, before the game, but on the broadcast. So tune us in if you can. But a great gesture by Alex to start him today at second base. That's going to be that's going to be a difficult thing to get through. But we will. We will. Absolutely, we will. I've had a blistering headache today, so I might go up and grab some more meds here in a little while. Woke me up about 3 o'clock. So if you see me jump off before Will Stewart, that means I'm going to get more. Advil. I don't think everybody that's hit me up on the text line, I don't think Jen's playing today. No, I haven't heard. So the Jen and the saxophone, I want everybody in chat to give her a hard time. It probably is not the most appropriate thing today, first show after the tragedy, but game won't be on the radio, T-Bird, but it will be on the ESPN Plus if you have a subscription. Yeah, Radford is not on radio. We're just all of our home games are on ESPN Plus. So if you get a chance, check us out. ESPN Plus. All you have to do is bundle 4 of the things together, and we're going to charge you $109.95. Well, I don't know what they have now. Streaming, it's going to solve everything. After you pay for a premium subscription, remind you that you can't buy a movie without spending $7.95. But something of that nature. It's not too far off. How did we get to the point where there are subscriptions within your annual subscription? When did that happen? Right? All right. Am I right? Am I right? I mean, I have Prime. I have Amazon Prime. They list the movies. I'll click on one and go, oh, this is for purchase or for rent. But I've already purchased your service. And it's usually not very expensive, but it's just the principle of the thing. Like $3.95, whatever it is. I don't understand. I know you have, Morris. I know you have. Hey, Jason, thanks for coming out. Yeah, it was let's just say it the way, well, I said it to Zach Chu after the game. That was an ugly game, coach. it was weird. Nobody could make a shot in first half. We hit a half-court shot. We're the best team in the country. I think we've hit 7 or 8 half-court shots this year. Louis Jordan hit one. We were down by 4. He hit one. We were down by 1. That momentum carried into the second half. We practice them. I'll tell you that. I watch them in practice. They take them all, man, and they make them. Yeah, I'm with you, Tebow. Tyler Johnson is playing in a limited role against the Tar Heels tomorrow. Right. That's when you get the Dr. Evil. Right. If he doesn't, just can they just stop talking about it? Right? Oh, you watched. Okay. Gotcha. Well, either way, thanks for checking us out last night. Yeah, if Tyler doesn't play tomorrow, let's just don't ask him any more questions. Let's just end it. You just end it. What is that from? Man, I'll never think of it right now. But I'm with you, Tebow. He could make a difference. I would guess he can still make a difference. It's been so long. We got Jalen Johnson back last night, one of our big 3, and it was more of getting him through the game. And he had, I'll tell you what, man, he had the flu and strep throat at the same time. He was out for 10 days. And when I was talking with Marty Richter last night, he said, we've had 3 guys like that. Their entire starting backcourt didn't play last night. USC Upstate. He says he's heard that from other coaches that this is some kind of double sickness, and college basketball has had a lot of it. The thing for Jalen, he didn't score, but I think 3 points, but he was just trying to get up and down the floor and get his conditioning back. Yes, no doubt about it. William says, the new gym up in Farmville is nice. I might be at the game tomorrow. Go Highlanders. All right, well, good. William, if you're there, come by and see us. It is nice. They built a new arena a couple years ago, and they did a nice job. It's good. Ah, there's the first bot. See you, Joey. Loser. So, yeah, it is very nice. Very, very nice. And we'll be there tomorrow. Keon Brown will be there. Now, he's broadcasting for the enemy. He's the analyst for Longwood on ESPN+. Yeah. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. It is a big day. It's a big day college hoops locally. Tech's got to win. They lose that game, they're right back off in the same spot, especially against a wounded Carolina team. Carolina, though, has played well without their guy. And they have to win. I mean, let's just say it the way. Good news for me, Let's see here. Tech plays tomorrow night. Oh, I should be home. Yeah, we play at 3. Yeah, we'll be back. I'll be back. I can watch the Carolina and Tech game tomorrow night. Opal says, I bet you don't realize how many of your viewers are your family. Yeah, Opal's got like 97% of our subscriptions. Get them all to subscribe, Opal. That'd be great. But I'm going to have to start pushing everybody again for subscriptions. I got to start making more posts about it. 185 is what we need. Everything else we are exceeding abundantly, which is good. It's great. It's great. But yeah, we got to get that part. We got to get that part. It says 8:30 here. It says Saturday 8:30 on ESPN2. Now, for me, it may start closer to 9 if other games are late, but it says here 8:30. So, who knows? Virginia and Duke is the highlight game. That's where Teal will be tomorrow. Wow. Louisville at Clemson. Clemson's fallen off the face here. Since Tech beat them, Clemson hasn't been good at all. That's really the 3 games of interest right there. Everything else is meh. NC State's at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's not very good. And then we've got our game at 3 on Saturday, which has become a nice little friendly rivalry. Longwood and Radford. Nothing will ever replace what we had against Liberty. It's kind of like nothing will ever replace Virginia and Virginia Tech for those 2 schools, but it's kind of developed into a pretty good little back and forth between Radford and Longwood. And, I always give Keon a hard time because I'm like, when you're sitting there calling a Longwood game, you want Radford to win. He'll go, well, yeah. You wish you were over there with me and Neil. You wish you were over there wearing the red and blue, right? Well, yeah. Tech women versus UVA at noon tomorrow. Okay. Where is that game? Is that home or away? Guess I could look it up. I've got – it's what these little spy devices are for, right? So we pretend like we're doing great things for us, and then or that's Sunday. Virginia Tech at Virginia on Sunday. Not Saturday, but Sunday, March the 1st. Oh, there you go. That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. All right. Yeah, I thought that was the case because the women and the men don't play on the same day in the ACC. Yeah. But that'll be fun. Yeah, I'm glad you told me about that. I can watch that one too, Tebow. Thanks, Eric. Eric says, I might bring my family out to the game today. What's the weather? All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking. Hey, Judy. How are you? Good morning. Well, meteorologist Rick Watson. Today, it's going to be partly sunny, but maybe more clouds than sun once we throw the first pitch today shortly after 3 o'clock at Williams Field. Might want to bundle up, however. Highs today might reach 55 degrees, and by the time that sun sinks and we get into the latter innings, you might need a, heavier coat, parka, shawl, whatever it might be. But hey, don't let that deter you. Come on out and enjoy some Radford baseball. Back to you, Judy. By the way, Judy, that's a great-looking sweater you have on today. Sorry. Tell me I couldn't be an on-set weatherman. All right? All right. I told you there was going to be an interlude here, so let me go take some stuff from my head. I know nothing will help this head, but I need something. What can I put up here? What do y'all want to see? Let's see here. It'll be fun. It's always Selma, right? WKRP Cincinnati. Now we might get into some WKRP talk. It got me inspired to be in radio. How about just simple Selma? I'll be back in a second. I got to go take 4 Advil. Complete disclosure here. I got a damn bad headache. I'll be back. Okay. That may have turned into a couple of things. Sorry. See you, Selma. We'll meet again. Do I have one of her on a trampoline? I have to look that up. I don't know. Yes, everyone make a second YouTube account, subscribe, boom, we'd be done. Yeah, I'd have to lie about how much. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would just, I think people would appreciate it because we see all these weather folks and they get so excited about winter weather and the snow. They placate to that crowd. Opal, we're not preaching to you. No judgment here. I mean, I know you're completely wrong about your winter love, but I would be the other guy. And I think people would appreciate that. Yeah, I know, Judy. You know what, Judy? Let me do the weather, okay? You don't have to lead me in being all excited about the foot of snow we're supposed to get. I mean, I'm the one tracking this thing. I see the fronts, okay? I know the atmospheric pressure. I understand what it means when the cold weather is going to come and meet moisture head on. I get it. He's the hostile weatherman. That'd be great. That would make local news fun again to watch. But WKRP in Cincinnati, that and listening to baseball games in my room, well, also involves Cincinnati. WLW with the great Marty Brenneman and Joe Nuxall. Come on, how many of you listened to baseball radio growing up? It was great. WKRP was an outstanding show. It really was. Great cast. It's when we met Lonnie Anderson. Howard Hessman was terrific as Dr. Johnny Fever. Tim Reed, Venus Flytrap. The big guy, Mr. Carlson. Les Nessman. I swear I thought turkeys could fly. One of the best episodes ever. Well-written show, smart. And I'm telling you what, saw a documentary on it. And at the time, and still to this day, people who were in radio talked about exactly how their station was. And I know myself early on and even toward the end, yeah, it was representative. It's a different, strange environment around a radio station. That was a really good show. I think it only lasted about 4 years, 3 or 4 years. I need to find the Blu-ray of that too. And that's what you're going to have to start doing. You have to start finding the things you really know you want to watch that you never want to stop watching, so you don't have to subscribe somewhere and then pay for another subscription to watch episodes. I like that idea, Matthew. Thank you. Yeah, everybody just make a second YouTube account and subscribe again, and boom, we're there. Let's do it. Yeah. Well, they were dropping the turkeys out of the helicopter. And then they started the running joke of Les Nessman always having a Band-Aid. If you notice, every episode he's got a bandage on somewhere. And they did that subtly. Morris says, now you tell me. No wonder the Hokies have a problem passing the ball. Hey-o! Hey-o! But Matthew, you're right. Just make another YouTube account, come up with a different, it's free, come up with a different name, boom, subscribe. You're there. And we're there. That's true. I think I'm going to be making a second YouTube account for the Big Dog Pop channel that's coming. It's coming. But now I got to focus on getting to 1,000 here before that can happen. We got Will Stewart coming up. We've got Mike Ashley. I'm sure we'll talk further about Joey. And Jen scheduled to join us. See how her national anthem was. You know, she played her saxophone for a bunch of strangers over the weekend in front of lots of people. It's hard to fly like an eagle when you are always around a bunch of turkeys. I like it. I like it. Good stuff. Good stuff. New sponsor announcement on Monday. Looking forward to that. And hopefully we'll hear back and we'll have another one to announce soon. That would be great. Yes, thank you, everybody on text. Thank you again for your condolences. I want everybody's focus, if you would, go to Joe Rakuya and the family. Thoughts, prayers, well wishes, whatever it might be. But the young men yesterday got great care. They became a priority. All our student athletes, counseling all day, and the team came out wanting to play. We want to play. We're baseball players. This is for Joey. This is what we're here for. So we will have baseball today at 3:00. Opal says, I'm ready for spring and all the spring flowers. Yeah, I bet you have immaculate garden. I'd like to see Opal. I bet your garden is like, you just come across as somebody has a green, not only a green thumb, but maybe 2 green thumbs. But I don't like the hot heat of summer. See, I'm the total opposite. For me, now this isn't everybody, but I've always found it easier to cool off than it is to warm up. And I can be outside in the cold working and doing things. And I guess it was from farm and football and all that. And really, it doesn't bother me a whole lot. But I cannot stand to be in the house and cold. But if I'm out in the heat, it's never really bothered me. I don't like the heavy humidity. Nobody likes that because you can't do much. You can't breathe. I think if I'm an Eagles fan, I would want A.J. Brown out of there. I don't think there's anything that can be resolved there. He seems to be more trouble than he's worth. I think he's already said, look, I'm not going to change who I am. The Eagles are very good about replacing players. I don't know what you would get for him in a trade. Would he go to another clubhouse? Some coach would have to be convinced that he wouldn't be a problem like he's been in Philly. But beyond the speculation about that, for A.J. Brown, he's an aging wide receiver. And wide receivers, unless your name is Jerry Rice or Art Monk, when they start to decline, it happens pretty quickly, even guys that are as big as he is. Yeah, it's a big draft class, Ryan. Yeah. So if I'm the Eagles, if somebody wants him, ship him out. Get what you can for him. You'll be fine. He's never going to repair the relationship with Hurts, I don't think. I think that's been a big part of the problem. Some of the things that I've seen, people are speculating. And they got to get to a point where Hurts is now the undisputed leader of that team again. Your quarterback's got to be respected. Guys got to go to the huddle. And he lost that team last year, it felt like. I don't think he's a little too passive. He needs to be a little more. And now you can't fake it, though. You can't fake that. Well, if the Patriots want him, I would ship him there in a heartbeat. If Vrabel wants him, get you a couple draft picks. I mean, it's one of those things you could trade him in like a 5th or 6th and probably get back or you trade him and maybe a 6th and you get back a 4th and a 5th. You take that in a heartbeat. Get that cap hit off of you, maybe a 3rd-round pick for him. I doubt it at this point. But, yeah, well, you guys know, you Eagles fans, your front office is amongst the best in the NFL. They'll have no problem finding somebody else. The Eagles are now, they're a really well-run franchise. They are. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Vrabel knows him very well. And a lot of times coaches think they can salvage a kid by the personal relationship that they have with him. Yeah, absolutely. But if I'm the Eagles, yeah, I cut that and move on. Because if he comes back, it's all of a sudden it's going to be about the A.J. Brown show again instead of the team show. But I don't worry about the Eagles' personnel moves, right? They always seem to – okay. They're fine. They're fine. We will, yeah. We will do that. He's joining us right now, making sure he's all set there as he's maneuvering his camera in our green room, enjoying his crackers and Kool-Aid that I left out for the folks in the green room. There he is. Will Stewart from Tech Sideline. Good morning, William. How are with his there you go. With his Mountain Dew. I haven't opened my second one yet, though. Hey.
Is that diet? You drink diet, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I do. How are you, man?
Sleepy. Somebody made me get up early this morning.
Hey, that's me. Yeah, I told Will early in the week. I said, "Will you mind coming on Friday?" I get all these texts. They're like, "Where did Will go? Where's Will?"
No, you don't. You do not. You're just trying to get me to come on this show.
Peeps, tell him. And I'm like, "What do you mean? He's never stayed on when we're not in football season. What have you not paid attention to the radio show?" And then I got people. Did you guys get into a fight?
I think it's more a comment on you than it is me, Rick.
Well, maybe so. So there you go. Prometheus says, I personally asked if you guys broke up. Yeah. You're like, no, we're still dating. We're fine. Dating, camaraderie, it's all happening. Things are moving. We're good. How are you, though, by the way? It has been a while. It's been about a month or so since we've had you on.
Doing good. I'm sitting here looking at my phone because my earbuds are acting weird. Just let me know if I drop out. If you can't hear me, just start waving your arms.
I will.
Been working hard, man. What about you?
You sound good. Yeah, it's things are hard right now with what happened down at Radford, but we're mulling through as best we can. It's been a difficult 48 hours, but we'll get beyond it. Right now, the biggest thing is making sure all the young people are getting through this okay. And
wow. My sorry, Rick, my earbuds are misbehaving. I may cut them off and just talk through
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, that happened. That's a stretch of road right near my house. I live in the east end of Radford, and it's a dangerous stretch of road.
It is.
It doesn't look it, but there's a lot of blind turns and people drive too fast. And, that's the second 19-year-old killed on that stretch of road in the last year.
I know.
They had a motorcycle accident there last April, and just 2 weeks ago, I was leaving my neighborhood and there was a car just randomly up on a bank, single car. There are a ton of single car accidents on that stretch of road. It's really strange.
Yeah, it really is. And I saw a piece about it last night on the news about this will probably raise awareness now to do something about it. Too little, too late. But I think they're going to probably look at that little stretch. It is very dangerous the way it's had to be cut out from the mountain, if you will. But yeah, it's a lot of things are happening. I know whenever I'm going on that road, I have to make sure, okay, be careful here. This can throw you a little bit. You got to focus on that thing. So,
yeah, it's a 45 mile an hour stretch of road, and I typically drive at 50 to 55 miles an hour, and I never have any trouble. But clearly other people do.
Thunder, we're going to do that. Will has to come on your show from the cop car at least once. Absolutely. He and I might do the show together one time from the cop car. We're just driving down the road. I'll have like one computer. We'll just be talking. The Interceptor.
Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll get one of those things that hooks up to your dash, and I'll mount the phone on it. I'm sorry, folks. I don't have sirens or anything like that on it. It won't be that exciting. It'll just be me behind the wheel of a car.
Can we wear Blues Brothers glasses and the hats, and we can just be like cop car, cop motor, cop brakes, cop seats,
cop suspension?
Yeah, cop suspension.
What's the line about? It's something about how much gas they have. It's dark and we're wearing sunglasses. Do you know the whole line?
Well, no. It's funny. We just watched that. My daughter and I had watched it, and my youngest son, who was he had not seen it. I don't know it all, so I don't want to butcher it. Here we go. It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, a half pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. And in Belushi says, hit it.
Hit it.
That'll be me and you doing the show from your car.
So the cop car sat in the parking lot for weeks with snow on top of it, and you guys know the snow was fluffy underneath and icy on top, and that icy part took a chunk of paint off the cop car, so it's got 2 chunks of paint off of it now.
Well, that happens. It
Yeah,
happens.
when you got an old car with a cheap paint job, that's what happens.
Well, it will not affect the performance level of the Interceptor. We know that. So that's
No, and the amazing thing was, even though it sat for a month covered in snow, it fired right up when I got back in it. So
of course
that's how
it did.
cop cars are, man. They're reliable.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We might do that. Maybe we'll do that this summer. Maybe we'll just get out there.
The time of year that only 12 people are watching.
Yeah, we'll just get out there and do some things in the cop car. Pretend like we're pulling people over. We're just kidding. We're not a real cop car. Y'all have a great day.
Man, when I was in high school, I knew a guy who he didn't have a cop car, but he had one of the bubble lights that you stick on top of your car with a magnet. And he scared the hell out of me one time. we were out drinking. He dated a girl who lived on a farm, and we were out drinking in a field one time, and may have been underage, maybe not.
Yeah, I got you. I understand.
We're driving home, and I see this red light come flying up behind me, and I'm having a cow, and I pull over, and he just flies by me, just pointing and laughing.
Good cop, bad cop. I'm assuming Rick will play the bad cop. Wait a minute. Why is that the immediate assumption? Come on. Yeah, you're probably right.
I'm not touching that one.
Yeah. Hey, you're getting a lot of compliments on the TSL offensive and defensive preview that you guys had. So there you go.
Yeah, we got guys who are cranking out content, even though James Franklin and his staff are not doing interviews and not doing media opportunities.
No.
I give them a hard time, but we're actually working on getting Franklin on the podcast. Hopefully it'll happen fairly soon. He is very different from Brent Pryde. James Franklin is all football all the time, and very, very intense. He's a Nick Saban-like character where he packs his day with football stuff, and I mean, he understands the value of doing media, but at the same time, he doesn't like to do a lot of it because when James Franklin puts an activity on his calendar, he wants to know how that's going to help him win football games. So that's how he's wired. And we're told that once he's going to go first, once we get him on the podcast, then that'll open the gates for assistants and things like that. But James wants to be first. So we hope we're going to make that happen soon. What's the time frame?
What's the time frame?
Well, so ironically, a little peek under the hood. I was texting with Travis Wells last night, and he does all the scheduling. And Travis offered Monday night at 5:30. So I threw it in the company Slack, and Andy Bitter teaches a class on Monday night at 5:30. He's a instructor, professor of practice, maybe is what they call it, in the sports media department. He teaches a sports media class at Virginia Tech. So Andy brought the house of cards down, and we couldn't do it Monday night. And now we're trying to fit it in a different day. So I don't know when that'll be. Spring break is the week of March 8th through 15th, whatever the exact days of that are. I don't know if that's a possibility, but once they come back from spring practice, that's when spring football starts, the week of the 15th. Yeah. So, we won't really be able to get him then. I think that's when he'll really go full bore into coaching stuff. So it does have to happen in the next. What did I just say? Well, next 2 weeks. You got next week, and then you got spring break. So we'll have to try to make that happen in the next couple of weeks. And they are doing. What's that?
Couldn't Andy have just called in sick? Can't be there, kid. Sorry.
I didn't go there, man. Yeah. Say, hey, Andy, the kids miss your class. You're allowed to miss it too.
That's right. That's right.
But they are having some media opportunities on Monday. They are having, they're allowing limited number of media members into the weight room, I guess, for whatever workouts they're doing right now. And then so Virginia Tech plays Boston College in basketball Tuesday night. And before that, they're going to make the assistant coaches available. So we will have some media opportunities this week.
Well, good. I hope that worked. You guys have earned that. I mean, my goodness, it's 30 years and counting. If anybody deserves an opportunity to talk to the new head football coach, it's Tech Sideline. So I'm glad to see that finally happening. Good Lord. Yeah.
March 12th will actually be the 30th anniversary. The first column I ever posted was on March 12th, 1996. So
that's cool.
And that's crazy.
You should repost it. You should just repost it. That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Well, it's on the website. It's not particularly good, but you do get to see authentic Hokie Central. But it wasn't even called Hokie Central back then. It wasn't officially called Hokie Central until March 12th of 1997. That's when I took out the domain name and mapped it to all the content. So,
that's cool. That's very cool. Jen's excited. The prospects of seeing you and I in uniform together.
What kind of uniform are we talking about?
The cop. I think she wants us to wear the cop gear in the Interceptor. I think that's what she's saying.
I don't know that Jen can handle that. She may be one of those girls that has a thing for cops. So
yeah, I don't think
tread carefully there, Rick. Carefully.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think that, or maybe you and I'd be the two that couldn't handle that.
Well, there's only two of us.
Yeah, that's true too. Well, that's good news. It's going to progress quicker than we think, right? It's like all this is happening now, and now the rosters are kind of settling down. Although Grantham just sent me a thing that they're expecting a blind spring transfer amid NCAA penalty. In other words, there's going to be like a lot of high-profile guys that might be headed out this spring too. I don't think the roster's ever set anymore, is it? It all seems like it's just changing so much.
No, it's going to be interesting because I think there's only one transfer portal window this year, and I think you just saw it in January. I don't think there's a transfer portal window after spring football, which is
they drop out. I just read it. What they're doing is they'll drop out at the school, and then if they have another deal in place, they'll just go and they can enroll. And that's what this article's about. It's from On3 Sports. Looks like it's an interesting read. You have to check it out later. So that's what they're doing. Players are creating their own portal by just saying, see ya.
Well, the transfer portal is not what allows you to transfer. You can transfer anytime you want, but
that's right.
The portal just tells the college football world at large that you're transferring and provides a permission / method for them to contact you. Yeah, if you want to drop out of school and transfer somewhere else, you can do that. Do it old school. There didn't used to be a transfer portal. You just say, I'm transferring.
I'm leaving. Yeah, it says about 20 to 25 major high profile players are planning on dropping out and enrolling in another school because they have better deals in place.
Now, if you are the NCAA and you want to cherry pick some easy tampering cases, you go after those guys because those guys are dropping out because they're communicating without being in the portal, and just subpoena that cell phone, man, and you can throw some schools on probation, do NCAA old school. And of course, I'm being facetious. They won't do that.
No, they won't. They won't even touch it. They won't even look at it. You're right. They'll just, whatever. Have fun, everybody. Yeah, so that'll be interesting to keep an eye on what kind of names and what programs are going to be affected by that. That'll be interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yep. But for the most part, coaches' rosters are going to be a lot more stable after spring practice than they have been the last few years. I don't know that that's a good thing for the players because, spring practice is a critical time. And an athlete, a football player will often go into spring practice competing for a spot on the team, a starting job. And in those 15 sessions, you learn a lot. And some guys come out of spring practices and they're done with the school. They're not going to play. And now you're telling them they can't enter the portal and they have to stay with that school for another season.
Yeah.
I'm not a big player advocate guy. I don't beat that drum, but that doesn't sound right to me. They should be allowed to transfer after spring practice.
This is interesting. I was trying to get some feel on it because Prometheus, these guys have contracts, but apparently once you drop out, there's nothing legally, unless you sue, there's nothing legally binding the athlete to the contract. In other words, that's why we're seeing all these big stories of schools suing kids and vice versa. Are the schools going to take the time to sue kids? But if they drop out, they unenroll and take the time to enroll in another school, there's not much, according to the article, that the schools can do about it. So this is a loophole that's been found with these, quote, blind transfers. Interesting. Thanks, Todd. Thanks for sending that. Wow.
Well,
another layer of this insanity.
Well, you have to, if you're the school and you're writing an NIL contract with an athlete, you got to be smart about it. You have to put clauses in there for if they leave, and you have to be careful about when you pay them. You don't dump $4 million. Well, Darian Mensah, I think, was $4 million a year, if I remember correctly. Kind of an extreme case. You don't dump a bunch of money on a kid all at once, only to have him transferred. So I think it's a tempest in a teapot. The NIL organizations just have to be smart about the contracts they write. It's that simple.
Yeah, it's going to have to be done. I think the universities will start to get involved. I think we're going to see kind of the blind installment of employment agreement. Even that won't be called that, the way they're going to have to be worded for protection. There's going to have to be an evolution of it somehow. Somehow there's got to be an evolution of it. I don't know how it's going to look.
I've been reading a lot of the On3 stuff and following Shannon Terry on Twitter. He owns On3, and Shannon thinks that collective bargaining will happen within the next 2 years. And he doesn't necessarily think it's going to be with the athletes being employed by the schools, but he thinks the CBA is going to happen. And that's when there will be some sanity, a layer of sanity applied to what we're seeing right now, because that's what it's all about, Rick. You know that. You got to have a CBA in place, and you got to have guardrails and controls and
absolutely
that kind of stuff. We've talked about that before.
Yeah. Oh, I hope he's right. I hope something happens. It can't keep going like this. Things like this are really going to continue. It's going to be a horrible look if it is big name guys who we thought were in place, that schools thought they were set. Oh, my quarterback is gone, isn't he? Things like that. It's just, I don't know what the coaches can do. The coaches have done what they can do. They're trying to adapt, and they think they have everybody gone, and boom, here goes the kid leaving now. He's going to unenroll and go enroll somewhere else and make more money. So that's where we are.
The irony is that they started paying. I remember Frank Beamer when I first started running Tech Sideline. I think Frank Beamer was making. Well, I think in the early '90s he was making $115,000 a year, and he'd had a good season. I think it may have been '89 or '90 where he had a good season. He was making $115,000 a year. Boston College offered him something like $150,000. And how hilarious is that once upon a time Boston College was a better job than Virginia Tech, and they had more money.
Mm-hmm.
So of course years later coaches started breaching the $1 million salary, and then more and more, and people started saying, football coaches get paid too much. And now you watch them in the crap they got to go through. It's not like it's a physical threat to their bodies. Like a guy who plays in the NFL is putting his life on the line literally every time he plays. It's not like that, but man, just how do you deal with, like if you went to your job and at any given time, you're not sure who your boss was going to be and who your fellow employees were going to be, and you're trying to get your job done when people are coming and going from the company and everything's changing. That's extremely stressful. So these guys get paid very well for extremely stressful jobs.
Yeah, that's a great point. Now, what's our roster going to look like? Oh, wait a minute, these guys aren't here anymore, huh? Well, I just talked to them 3 weeks ago. We just had our workouts. Yeah, I know, but they're at other school. They're at X school now. Oh, okay. Well, we have to go get somebody. Yeah.
And to kind of continue on that vein, back in 1990. all a coach had to face was he had to go in the room and face his local media. And, fans in the stands would say mean stuff about you, but you couldn't hear them. You might occasionally see somebody at the grocery store. But, man, these days people are going after you on social media. They're going after your family. They're all kinds of stuff. It's a really nasty. It's a nasty environment to be a coach. So, sure, I still envy what they get paid, but more and more they're starting to actually earn that pay. I don't know if people agree with that or not. I'm just rambling.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I think people are always going to have a problem with the money we see for coaching sports. But you're right. It brings with it things that we don't think about. But then again, the counter argument is we're all stressed out in our jobs for various reasons.
Yeah.
So
well, and you take a guy like Justin Fuente. And he got paid. He was here 6 years, and he got paid after the buyout. He was paid a total of $32 million. And that guy did what surprisingly few coaches do. He just checked out. He said, "I'm done. I'm not doing this job anymore. I got serious bank. I can live off the interest. I'm gonna go hang out with my family. See ya." It's amazing that more coaches don't do that. I guess they're just wired to be really competitive, and the money is actually less important than the competition, because most of us, if we got life-changing money in the span of, if we got $32 million in 6 years, we wouldn't work anymore.
No.
Would you be streaming on YouTube if you had $20 million in the bank?
I would not. I would be gone.
Sorry, peeps, it's true.
People are always like, "You'd still work, wouldn't you?" No.
Hell no.
No, I would not.
I'd be collecting and reading comic books all the time.
We'd have like all these, Will and I showing up, "Hey, look at my Amazing Fantasy 15 graded a 7.0. Huh?
This is better than the last copy I bought. Out of my 5 copies, this one's the best."
I had to upgrade from my 6.5, didn't I? Yeah, exactly.
Took forever for that 7.5 to come on the market. Boy, was that a pain to wait for.
You want a payment plan? No, I just paid for it. Can you ship it today, please? Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Put it on my credit card.
Yeah, put it on the credit card. But yeah, you're right. And now I think he's scratching his itch because he's now the analyst for TCU games on the radio. So he's able to get back into it and talk about the game. And he's probably making decent coin there, I'm sure. So a little extra pocket change for him in case the 30 mil isn't enough.
Yeah. I got to figure out some way to catch a TCU game and listen to him, because he was always such a serious guy. It'd be interesting to hear him on the radio and see how he is.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of his broadcasts. Yeah, I have not. I've not heard.
So speaking of analysts, somebody who's really good at being an analyst is Liz Kitley. Have you caught her on the ACC network at all?
I have not.
She's good.
No.
She does some ACC network stuff. She's done a couple of radio games with Evan Hughes. She's pretty good.
Is she? No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't usually watch the ACC network. It's not really my. Hey, I better tune in tonight and see what they got.
Ever since Mark Packer retired, it's just not the same.
Well, since Wes left, yeah. I used to watch that show. Yeah.
Wes left the ACC network?
Well, that show. He still does.
I guess I guess that was all he was doing. Right?
Yeah. That's what he wanted, though. He wanted to do more broadcasts. He told us that when he was on the show. He wanted that. So.
I'll tell you what, Wes is outstanding, man. When he calls a game,
I know.
Like he is so good. He's done his homework. He knows his stuff.
Must see TV, man. I know.
Yeah. I'm surprised that he's never been elevated to a higher level of play calling, but maybe that's not what he wants. I don't know. You know him better than I do.
Yeah, I don't think he wants it. I think he just likes the region. He was at Georgia Tech all those years. He loves the ACC, grew up in it with his dad. I think he's where he wants to be. I think that's what it is. He does the Falcons, so that's his little national taste of things. So, yeah, absolutely.
So, are we boring the peeps? What do they want us to talk about?
No, they're just commenting on what we're talking about, things like that. So,
I can't really see what that says.
Good.
Oh, well.
They're saying Rick's not going anywhere this time. Well, we'll see. $20 million in the bank, and I'm not even mowing my own grass anymore, Brian says.
No.
Yeah.
Although you could Forrest Gump it. You could Forrest Gump it and mow a lot of grass.
You could. Yeah, you could.
Have we talked
Reggie
about
said-
mowing grass? That's very therapeutic.
Reggie says Justin Fuente gave up. Oh, he gave up the TCU job because, that's right. He got hired by the dreaded college football playoff committee.
Oh, that's a weird fit. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that didn't seem like that's going to be like a tight glove, does it? That's going to be like one of those that hangs off your wrist and you can never get it to stay on.
Don't you have to glad hand and meet people and stuff like that and talk to a lot of people? And, we've talked about this a million times. At his heart, Justin Fuente is an introvert. He's not a guy that likes to talk to a bunch of people. He's a football wonk. And I remember now, I appreciate him bringing that up because I remember now when that job was announced and I thought that doesn't sound like Justin Fuente to me. And I'm sure they didn't back up the Brinks truck. It's a CFP job. So, I would love to have that guy on our podcast, patch him in remotely and ask him some questions.
That's the most ludicrous crap I ever heard. Yeah. Coach, thank you for reliving that comment.
Say, Justin, is it true that Trey Turner would not drink his protein shakes and that's why he never gained a pound his entire career at Virginia Tech?
What was up with you in the quarterback position? My goodness, you butchered that, didn't you, your whole time?
So, can you describe your decision-making process between Ryan Willis and Hendon Hooker? What went into starting Willis over Hooker?
Your thoughts?
Your thoughts on that, please. And do you still eat turkey bacon, Coach Fuente?
Best interview ever. Well, it's good to see you. Good to catch up with you. See, peeps, there's nothing wrong. Everybody who was concerned.
I'm busy, man. I'm moving and shaking. I got guys that work for me now, and they cover all the stuff, and I'm behind the scenes. I'm the puppet master pulling the strings, and you talk about sponsors, man. I spend a remarkable amount of time with the sponsors now. Getting their contracts right and making sure all their stuff is delivered and getting them free tickets and discounted hotel rooms and all that kind of stuff. So there's that. And then we are working on finally a new website and a new hosting solution. And I'm spending a ton of time on that because, man, we got to get that right. We got a new football coach and new budget, new team, new coaching staff, and Tech Sideline needs a new website. So that's where I've been spending my time.
Yeah, you're like the Dobo of everything. You're keeping everything organized behind the scenes. Like Dobos are the most underappreciated people in any basketball program. They do everything. They line up everything. They keep everything. Boom, 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 boom. So that's what you are now. You're that guy now. You're letting your team play. Yeah.
And then Frank used to say that John Belen was the real secret to success to their program, and John was the behind-the-scenes guy he was the glue guy that made sure everything worked.
And then what the hell happened? And then what the hell happened to that guy?
No comment. He's a fierce man.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's great to see you, brother. I hope you have a good weekend.
Good to see you, and it's good to be seen. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for waking up early for us. And we'll do this again when you're ready. After you get Franklin and we get closer to spring, we'll do that. He's fine, folks. We're fine. We're going to do the show from his car, for God's sakes. We'll probably be eating a bag of Bugles. We'll be fine.
Yeah, once we have Franklin on, I'll pop on and tell you what it was like. It is my mission. If that guy is in studio, it is my mission to get him to crack a smile. Which we've never been able to get Mike Young to crack a smile. So I'll see if I can get James Franklin to crack a smile.
You got 2 weeks. Come on now, pressure's on. Let's go.
Get her done. All right.
All right, brother. Stay safe. I'll tell Jen man. You said hello.
Who? Just kidding, Jen.
Yeah, that blonde chick.
Well, since I'm out of bed, I'll watch her segment. Is she coming on at 8?
Yeah, she'll be on at 8.
All right, we'll see you then, Jen.
All right, man. Be good. Take care of yourself.
Thanks, man. Bye.
All right. There you go. Will Stewart, Tech Sideline. Great Great to see Will, as always. Will's all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Will is the Vince McMahon of TSL. If only he got in the ring and he wrestled from time to time, like Vince McMahon. Now that would be cool. Mike Ashley and the open mic coming up here in just a little bit. If you're in the area today, and if you are around your computer, tune us in. We're going to be celebrating the life of that young man today at the game against Bryant. Joey Rakuya, who was killed on Wednesday in a tragic one-car accident over on Radford Road. And I'll be on the broadcast today. Joey will be announced as the starting second baseman, I believe, with his glove on the base. And then they're going to throw an intentional ball, and they will announce that he's being taken out of the game. So I think that's a really nice touch by Alex Guerra. A really, really, really nice touch. It's going to be very emotional today. Let's just say that. I know the family is scheduled to be out there to be part of his celebration, if you will, to be honored, to be remembered. So it's going to be a very, 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 very tough day, tough scene. But the team wanted to play today. As I mentioned when we came on, we spent a lot of time yesterday. We had them great support. The entire team was there down our hallway into our meeting room. They used my office. I just got the hell out. Said, yep, everybody can do whatever you want. And their decision was to play. It was completely up to them. They didn't want to play. That was fine too. And thanks to the coaches and the officials at Bryant University, they were completely understanding, and they were just kind of in a holding pattern waiting. And then, shortly after noon yesterday, the team decided they wanted to play this weekend. So they said they wanted to do it for Joey, and they wanted to do it for themselves. So, and you know what? That's the right decision, because it's the decision the team wanted. And I understand it was unanimous too. So things are bigger than the numbers on the scoreboard. And we're reminded of that during this time down at Radford University. Joining us now on the program, someone else who's been affected by all this, is Mike Ashley. What's up, Mike? Well, good morning, brother.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing well, we're doing. We're doing.
Yeah, this is been such a sad couple of days for any of us affiliated with the program, and for really the whole community of Radford. I know the family there has so many friends, and I have no more to say about this. This is just it's not a good thing. We're not happy. I don't want to look too far ahead. I can say this about the program, though. Alex Guerra, if anybody can weather this, heck, he got an NCAA award for his bravery this winter. So for saving a person out of the New River. And the times I've been with this team, with these kids, they are amazing. They are resilient. They're strong. They're so enthusiastic, and my prayers are with them, especially as they get through this, because you shouldn't have to go through any of this stuff if you're a family, or if you losing teammates. It's just, I can't even imagine. You and I had that discussion yesterday about how neither of us had actually been through this in the team setting, where we work for a program and something horrible like this happens. We've all lost friends after school, our age and things like that. And that's sad enough, but this is just, odes and poems have been written about the loss of young athletes. And this is,
Yeah, no, you're well said. I mean, that's what it is. And These guys are, I tell you what, I saw a lot of them when they came out of their long meetings yesterday. Those guys are about as positive as you can be, you know, considering everything. They're good for the soul, those young men, but there's not going to be a dry in the place today when they announce Joey as a starter. I'll tell you that.
I got here late. I didn't hear that. Damn you.
Yeah, Joey's going to be announced as the starting second baseman. Then they're going to throw an intentional ball, and he's going to be replaced. And they're going to announce that Joe's coming out. It's going to be, going to be some high octane emotions today. And it's all about the family right now. It's all about Joe and Jody and his brother and his sister and everybody involved and that baseball team. So, yeah, that's happening today. So I won't make it through that inning, but that's okay because it's supposed to just it is what it is. I don't, whatever comes out comes out. That's just the way it works. That's the way it works.
Yeah, and you'll handle it, my friend. You always do. You do a great job in these moments.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
We're in the
something else fun.
Yeah, let's talk about something else.
Hey,
before we get into open. Yeah, what you got? Yeah.
I'm up here in Delaware because
back to Delaware. Yeah.
By the way, I've switched my seat around so the sunlight isn't flowing in behind me, so I don't have that aura, that halo. So
it looks great.
Hopefully this is a little better. Yeah, I got the electric panel back here behind me and the heating cooling unit up there, and I'm looking out at the tree that fell over in my yard that I got to get taken care of, which is why I had to come up here to the frozen tundra. It wasn't supposed to be this cold up here. It's terrible. But here's the thing I got to tell you. I was in a restaurant here yesterday. I stopped on the way. I could not. I hope they're not a sponsor anywhere for us, but I could not eat another Subway sandwich on the road. I could not do it. So I stopped into this place called the Southern Grill up here in Ellendale, which is on the way here in the middle.
Ooh, sounds good.
Oh well, for those of us from Southwest Virginia, this place was country cooking, man. This place does it up right. I love it, and they're one of those places that really get you because when you walk in the door, there's pies and cakes right there, first thing you see. So yeah, they know how to play the game. Anyway, I had a fish sandwich, but that's neither here nor there. Then suddenly this group of people came in, and Rick, you and I being communications people, you immediately recognize what's going on. There's one guy got a big camera, and there's other people walking around like this, doing this kind of stuff. And the guys thought about how they're going to shoot something there, and they're going around talking to people at the tables, and I finally said, all right, what's going on? And they said they were from an outdoor, what is that? Outdoor Network.
Oh, really?
They were from a show there, and they were shooting, and I think they were doing a feature. I just found out this restaurant serves muskrat. Muskrat is a delicacy up here in Sussex County, Delaware. And
delicacy.
Yeah. And so there was a guy there that was telling me he was getting muskrat. He was ordering muskrat, and they were going to shoot some footage of all this, and I think talk about it on the show. And this is where I sort of lost it. The show was called Dead Meat.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
It really is. It really is. And
I hate somebody beat me to it.
And the guy, they were talking to him at the table, and he was he ordered his muskrat that he was going to eat. He likes his boiled, and head on, not head off. And I went, check, please.
So you're not going to tear into any muskrat anytime soon?
Oh, God no. But I did. I'm going to bring this back around to Virginia Tech and my good friend Chris Colston, who I worked with over there. A lot of people know him, a local writer of some merit, written a lot of historical books about Virginia Tech and all that. And we had a lot of good times together in my brief stint over there. But he has a thing up here in his Fairfax neighborhood. Chris, by the way, lives like maybe a few miles from me in Fairfax. It's incredible that, Roanoke connections, Virginia Tech connections, and then we live a few miles apart. We never see each other. He's teaching high school English now, fighting the good fight. Anyway, he has a thing he invites me to every spring, but I don't go because I'm usually up here at the beach, and it's called all the neighbors, all the men get together and get some sort of meat and throw it on the grill and cook that day. And, they have a big party in their neighborhood. I guess they've had up to 20, 25 people. And Chris calls it Carcass Fest.
Carcass Fest. I like
How
that
great
too.
is that?
I like that. That can mean two things. So yeah.
Well, all right, but I told the people on this show about this because I bring people together.
You do.
Now,
you're a uniter.
they're gonna contact Chris. So who knows? Maybe someday you'll see Chris Colson and his buddies there in that neighborhood cooking their meats at Carcass Fest, and I was very happy to bring these people together.
Oh, I'm glad you brought it up. I like that.
I thought you would. I
like that. But I'm not eating muskrat. I don't think
no,
that's going to happen.
No. Oh, there's a whole song about muskrat love, isn't there?
That's right.
Yeah.
Tony Tennille, Captain and Tennille.
Yeah, I like Tony Tennille. She liked the apparently the quiet types though, so I had no chance ever, right?
No, you wouldn't have. You could have been a quiet captain. No, you would not. You'd have been one to swab the deck, matey. Come on, Tony.
Like they guy in the insurance commercial running around with the
that would have been you. That would have been you.
Yeah. Oh well.
All right, you want to get to the open mic?
Okay. All right. Yeah. I wish I'd have written something poignant here, but I didn't. I tried to write something else about that was really been on my mind this week because I didn't realize what was going on to the extent that it's going on. And that was as I was watching the UVA beat the pack poop out of NC State the other night in college basketball to advance to 25-3 overall, 13-2 in the ACC, and set up Saturday's marquee matchup at Duke. I couldn't help but think how just a year ago, fans of college realm ball in the Commonwealth were lamenting the fact the fall of the Cavaliers, still mooning over Tony Bennett, who deserved to be mooned over for what he did there. He won the freaking national championship of men's college basketball at the University of Virginia. Think about that for a minute. Tony, in addition to being a great guy, and I know because I got to interview him every year, and a great coach, was a canary in the coal mine for those of us who love the college game. Why would someone so young, so dedicated to the game, step down from a program he had built to preeminence? And then, Rick, as you and I have opined probably too much, we all saw what the TV money, the transfer portal, NIL money, and extended eligibility was doing to our game and our teams, our conferences, our scheduling, our peace of mind. Please make it stop. That Ryan Odom, sort of a son of Charlottesville, would get the Cavs back on track so quickly has been a wonderful story that no one is really talking about. And I'm not sure there are enough media left to talk about it, but that's another rant for another day. Odom brought Virginia much pain in 2018, orchestrating that number 16 over number 1 upset while at UMBC, and set the stage for Bennett to write one of the great chapters in coaching the following year with the Cardiac Cav team that won it all. And here's what you don't know. I feel like, one of those old radio shows here, Paul Harvey. In the summer of 1990, I was on a tennis court converted to a basketball court just outside the Devon Center at the fabulous five-star basketball camp, the annual parade of so many of the top high school stars in the country, right to the New River City for Howie Garfinkel's basketball bonanza. And yeah, I love those years. I'd skip out of the office and hang out professionally and plausibly assisting media, and I would watch drills and games and ooh and ah like a schoolgirl, a really ugly schoolgirl, mind you. But, that's how exciting it was for me. One day, a golf cart pulled up. All the bigwig coaches over the years, the Bob Knights, Chuck Daly's, John Calipari's, Rick Pitino's, Dick Vitale, and even Seth Greenberg, then at Long Beach State, rode around in those carts to get from one workplace station to another in the 5-car setup because it was spread out all over the Devon Center complex, inside and out. I was down on an outdoor far court, just a handful of us, holding court with another poobah, freshly minted Wake Forest coach and Radford 5-star camp director Dave Odom. Coach Odom, a likable fellow I had found, just had completed his first season at Wake Forest after 7 years in Charlottesville and assistant to Terry Holland, where you may have heard of some of those teams there with Ralph Sampson at Radford, better known as Joyce's older brother.
That's right.
A young gopher drove the cart right up to us. I don't know who it was that hopped out and told us all that Holland had just announced he was stepping down at Virginia. I will never forget the look on Dave Odom's face. I sensed his shock and maybe, just maybe, a tinge of remorse, missing out on a job that certainly would have been his. Again, I don't remember the messenger, but the cart driver was his son, Ryan Odom. I haven't told this story publicly before, so good luck, Ryan, against Duke tomorrow. Guess the Odom family got the last laugh over Thomas Jefferson's Human Resource Office after all.
That's great. Yeah, if you guys ever met Ryan Odom, he's a terrific dude as well. Like a great interview and just a genuinely nice person. So Commonwealth hoops are pretty good. I know Tech's trying to find their way, but overall, man, we're good in the Commonwealth, aren't we? We've got some at all levels. Well, it's pretty strong.
Yes. Strong. And back to earlier when I said what's wrong with college athletics. Here's all Virginia Tech needs, because Mike Young will get it done if they pony up the money, because he could. And the facility, the relatively new practice facility they built there and everything could get them back quicker than most people know. But you gotta put your money where your hardwood is.
Yeah, well, they did this year. I mean, this was the first year he's had it. So I think when you get it, you have to learn and understand how to spend it too. Because a lot of times it's like going out and buying that brand new car instead of buying the one that maybe is a year or two old that's already had its depreciation. You got to be a little careful. Got to be a little careful about the merchandise a little bit. I think he's kind of found that out with Nito this year.
Yeah, it really has. But yeah, again, I just hate the whole setup. I would like to see kids come in as freshmen, and I want to see them develop, and I want to get to know them. And that's true at a lot of places, and especially Radford. It seems like we just have 1 year of these guys, and they seem like a lot of fun, and it's just not right. It's really taken something away from the fabric of what college athletics is and should be, and there are a lot of questions being answered. I think there has to be some sort of delineation, more so for schools that maybe don't want to pay the NIL money, and that maybe something is set up for, and I would guess that would be a lot of schools out there that would like to get out of this rat race, as a muskrat race, as it were.
Look at you! Look how you tie everything together.
Hey, one more thing about a coach. A hero of my youth, Pat Riley, got that statue of him put up outside the Crypto.com arena this week. Pat Riley has 4 NBA championship rings with the Lakers as a coach, and he has 1 as a player on that great 72 team that finally broke through and won. And just an iconic figure around the league. And as I thought about this statue, and it's one of about 7 that they have of Lakers over the years, all I could think was there a more high pressure job in sports than trying to get Pat Riley's hair correct on this statue?
No. Or during the game. I mean, he had to have a separate hairstylist. The Buss family had probably hired somebody to make sure it looked like it did. He looked like a mafia member, didn't he? He looked like the Godfather coaching the Lakers back in the day. He did. You
remember the 80s. There were no rules back then,
There were no rules.
The whole different kind of baggy suit, and everybody's wearing white and everything. And Pat also came out this week and criticized coaches for not dressing for the games, and I kind of like that too.
I don't know. I think wearing suits. I don't know why you have to wear suits for sport, or to broadcast the sport. I mean, it's sports.
Well, it's different for us because we're working, but the coaches should represent something more, I think, in this regard. But we could have this whole thing, because when I got to Maryland, almost 30 years ago, to cover the Terps, from the time I left a public relations job at Radford and worked at Virginia Tech and done that, I had to get a whole new wardrobe. The things had changed. It already started changing, where you didn't wear a tie to games anymore, and that was pretty traumatic for this fat guy to go out and clothes shop, because we hate that.
You think the NBA is ever going to be good again?
Well, it's going to be. I don't know.
You got to get.
I don't want to sound like a xenophobe, but Wembanyama could just dominate everything for the next 10, 15 years. They put together a pretty good team around him with draft picks high in the draft, which is something that, why couldn't the Wizards have done this? What was happened to the Wizards? Why? And they went and traded for Anthony Davis and Trae Young. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Please.
But he's not going to turn the needle in this country. Like, there's no international. Shohei Ohtani is the best baseball player of my lifetime, probably. Mm-hmm. And he's getting some runs.
Yeah, but you make Shohei Ohtani do this after he eats 18 hot dogs before a game. Okay, then I'll be impressed.
Victor Wembanyama is never going to be a national sports hero in this country. He's just not.
But elsewhere, and that's where the markets, are kind of headed. And I don't know. Again, what's the future of sports now? I mean, right now there's a lot of people just want to watch the NBA because they don't. And hey, I went through this with the 70s when everybody thought everybody in the NBA was a drug addict, and and I just went, but Dr. J is so fun to watch. Please, please, don't stop showing the games tape delay late at night. I can't stay up that late.
We need, I'd say, but we need somebody to be an American star, that somebody who can take I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with the league. They need Adam Silver to leave. That would be the biggest step in the right direction. That guy is, but I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. Ratings continue to go down every year, and yet they've got that multi-billion-dollar TV contract, so they'll tell you they're doing
more
just fine.
In prime time than I can ever remember. They're showing primetime games 2 nights a week, which I don't know what they're. Well, that's reflective of how bad the rest of television is too. Yeah, I could have been a screenwriter. I could have been.
You should have been. You should have been. You should have been.
Oh, I got great ideas. We'll do that someday too.
Yeah, we have to. We'll have to. Well, that's good. It's good to see you, man. And I know you'll be thinking about everybody today at Radford. I know that'll be part of you today.
What time is the game? Are you guys streaming?
Oh yeah, we'll be there. 3 o'clock.
All right.
3 o'clock.
Well, yeah, I always think of the Jim Val because I'm an old man. I've told the story about how I'd ask the questions and make Ralph Friedgen cry, and I feel so guilty about it now because I'm that misty old man that gets a little choked up about everything, and so I watch that. But I think about what Jim Valvano said in that famous speech. You laugh, you cry, you think. That's a good day. If you've done all 3 of those things, that's a great day.
Yeah,
and hopefully we can do a little bit of all that today, thinking about. What Joey meant to his teammates and community.
Absolutely. Yeah, well said. Well said. Well, man, have a great weekend. Enjoy the hoops. Enjoy the hoops and everything else that comes your way in Delaware, in lovely Delaware.
Well, you bring extra tissues to the press box today, and that, by the way, is the newer press box, not the original Mike Ashley cold and flu season memorial press box.
Yeah,
built by Ron Downs. So
that's right. Exactly right. Way high up. Way high up.
Goober says, hey, have a good
one. All right. Hey to Goober in Delaware. There you go. Mike Ashley here on the program. T-Bird says the NBA just needs more money. Look at what the success of more money has brought to the NCAA. NBA has horrible leadership, terrible leadership. They drape themselves in politics and they forget about the game. LeBron is not championing the game in any way, shape, or form. The most empty argument anybody can make is trying to compare LeBron to Michael Jordan. I'm sorry. It's the stupidest, most pointless argument I've ever heard in my life. LeBron's been a meme over the last 2 or 3 weeks about all the flops that he does and how he behaves on the floor. And to consider him in the same aura as MJ, we just need to stop. Yeah, we love Mike. Mike's great. Mike's great. Goober tears ain't a bad thing. There'll be some Rick tears today, by the way. Jen the Gamecock Girl going to join us. Let me send her invite. it takes her a while to primp to come on camera. So we'll go ahead and send her the invite because she'll inevitably send me a text. You haven't sent my invite. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Family Fencing, sponsor of our studio. Get a free quote, 540-200-8294. Thanks to Jason Green and the crew at Family Fencing. They are terrific. Always terrific in everything they do. Thanks to Professional Door Incorporated. Thanks to Travis Williams for sponsoring our text line. It's always busy. My goodness. 540-391-0788, residential and commercial garage doors. Thanks, Trav. Appreciate you. Pulaski County Sports Entertainment is the presenting sponsor of this program, and we appreciate, obviously, all of their support. And you might want to experience Pulaski County more than ever now with all the great things that they have going. Little River Heating and Air, 1095 Radford Street in Christiansburg, 540-553-2971. The BDST Fan Question of the Week, Ryan Price, 701 West Main Street in Radford. National Bank, member FDIC, the exclusive banking partner of this program and of yours truly. We thank them. ReadySetFund.com. I still think it sounds like Ready, Set, Fun. Anyway, thanks to Bob Christ, BOBCRIST11 at Gmail. He is the brother of Dave Christ, the Hall of Famer. Text message program that helps you raise money for your event organization, ReadySetFund.com. Be sure to check them out. Thanks to the NRV Super Bowl, Lawson's Mobile Home Supply, Brandon at Top Shelf Apparel, and we have a new sponsor we're announcing on Monday here on the program. Good stuff. Well, Michael Wayne was an incredible athlete. He was always the best athlete on the floor. I'm taking Magic and Larry over LeBron. Me too, in a heartbeat. Thanks, Morris. Appreciate that. It will be. Today's going to be tough. Yeah. Yep, that's correct, Prometheus. Yeah, Joey had just gotten his first hit. I saw him Monday. Congratulated him. Yep. He was so happy. That is correct. And he'll be announced as the starting second baseman today. Yeah. 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 I know generations watch different players. Like there's not a great, and it wasn't my generation, but I understand the greatness of Jim Brown. There's not been a better running back in the history of the NFL than Jim Brown. We didn't watch him grow up, but I can say that. I mean, I like Barry Sanders personally, but he's not better than Jim Brown. And just because generation of current folks see LeBron come in as a 19-year-old and immediately be thrust into the spotlight. Michael Jordan had to earn it. You know, Michael Jordan wasn't the number one pick. Michael Jordan wasn't this can't miss prospect. You know, Hakeem Olajuwon and Sam Bowie went ahead of him. Now, Sam Bowie should not. And then Jordan made himself into arguably the greatest professional player in any sport ever. Yeah, he played at Radford High School. Joey did. Yep, he's a Bobcat. 100%. And let's remind people what we lost this week. There he is. There is Joey Rakuya. And I believe that's an actual shot of the game in which he got his hit. So there you go. Very sad indeed. Very, very sad. Jen the Gamecock Girl will join us coming up. But I don't know. The problem is, and I've written about this in the past in my Patriot column, we care more than the athletes. We care about the game more than the athletes and the owners. Coaches not. Coaches are like us, but as long as they got their money, it doesn't really matter what happens to the sport. And I'm convinced of that. We are more connected to coaches than we may have thought we were because we all appreciate the game. Certain players will appreciate the game, but I don't think many do anymore. I think it's all about the coin they're able to obtain. And us as fans, that's what we grow up loving, the game. It means so much to us. That's why we keep following it, despite everything that's going on. What's up, Rodney? Good morning. Thanks, man. Yeah, you remember covering him for the Bobcats. Great gesture by Alex today with the approval from the family to announce Joey as the starting second baseman. And then they're going to throw a ball, and he'll be announced being replaced. And it'll be a very, very emotional moment. If you can't make it out, tune us in 3 o'clock on ESPN+. All right, joining us now on the program. There she is. Oh, she's got the glasses out. Look at her. Wow, it's Jen the Gamecock Girl. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm sad along with you. I was just listening, and my sympathy and condolences to all of you. Very, very sad news.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it is. It really is. Since you've been down at South Carolina, have you lost athletes while they're competing, while they're in school? Have you guys had any tragedies like that you can remember? Because we haven't, that I can remember at Radford. Mike Ashley, who's the historian of Radford sports, confirmed that as well. I think this is the first time that we've had this horrible experience.
I can't think of any, and I've just been so fortunate too with the work that I do. We have lost some students, and fortunate in the sense that we develop a lot of close family-like relationships with students. So with that comes the sense of loss when something terrible happens. We have lost some students at USC and in the School of Music during the time that I've worked there, and that has been very difficult. But in a way, it's been a comfort to me to know that I can represent the university and interact with the families and help them in some way through it. And the decision that you all made as a team, just to go ahead and play and proceed, I think our students would feel the same. And we have gone ahead with performances in similar circumstances, and it's very emotional.
No, that's a great way to say it. You're right. You're right. It's I'm hoping that we get beyond the weekend and then it's never going to feel normal the rest of the year, but it's just all about the family now. And Joe, our former coach, I cannot even imagine, and it's been about a year since I experienced something similar. Not really, because my son's still here, but still it helps me understand exactly the whole process of what it's going to take to heal too. So any event. So what else is going on? You had some great photos. You had a good weekend or last week, didn't you? You were all those wonderful.
All the sax quartet.
All those, no, not the photos you sent me privately. I'm talking about the ones you were posting on social media.
We've had a busy last few weeks. I am trying to play more. Now let's update that. I'm not ready for my performance for you. I'm auditioning mouthpieces and trying to find the right combination. But I am playing more, and that's been a lot of fun. We played the baseball game Sunday and the softball game Tuesday. So trying to get back out there. And ironically enough, so we're preparing for our gig with the baseball game. We played Air Force, actually won that. Our baseball team's having some problems, but we did win that game. we're preparing, and our Barry sax player, who is playing on my Barry sax and my mouthpiece, she's putting her horn together and dropped the mouthpiece and it broke.
Are you kidding me?
And it's also my mouthpiece, but it's not the same relationship. So in that case, I could kind of laugh at the whole thing. And like, again, and I've played saxophone, I don't know, more than 40 years, a long time. And that's the time that happened to me was the first time it had happened in 40 years. So for it to happen again so quickly was kind of a little bit weird, but I was able to laugh it off. We got her a replacement mouthpiece.
And she didn't go through the trauma that you did because, like you said, she didn't have the long-standing relationship with her mouthpiece.
Correct, but she could not play, so we had to do some serious improv to make all that work. We had 8 minutes, and we made it work. The three of us played, and it was very windy and gusty, and she ended up holding the stands for us because there's so much wind, the stands might be knocked down. So we kind of laughed about it. Like, I mean, there's only so much you can do. You just got to push ahead, come up with a solution.
So did you play this weekend, or is that all that coming up this week?
We have already played. We played.
Okay, you already played. Okay.
Yeah, past Sunday, Air Force we won. And then softball, we played UNC Charlotte and won that game. So far we're 2-0 with our anthem performances.
Well, we need you to go 1-0 here with the BDST performances.
Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Not quite ready.
Probably not appropriate this week. First show. Man, I took yesterday's show. I didn't do yesterday's show. But yeah, we got to get that going. You got your mouthpiece now. There's really no excuses not to do this next week. Well, you know what? Hang on. That's our semifinal Friday. I may not have a show next Friday. So.
Well, I'm on a major deadline for work, so that wouldn't be a bad thing necessarily for me. I think that deadline will probably hit around Friday.
All right. Why don't we do March 13th, 2 weeks from today, for your saxophone performance? We'll go ahead and officially schedule it. What do you think?
I don't know. I might be out of town then. I'm not sure. Maybe. I've got to check my calendar. I think I'm traveling then, but I've got to confirm all that.
It's probably a Holly visit. Feels like that's the time of year for a Holly visit.
No, but I am overdue for that. She's coming in. My brother also is coming in. So Sunday I get Holly. She's going to be here overnight. And then Monday, Neil comes in, my brother, for a few days. He has a pinball tournament here in Columbia.
So the peeps are saying, please, Morris says, Jen, you have no bigger fan than me, but play the damn song.
Oh, gosh. Getting grumpy about it.
Be careful when you get out of the alto. In lieu of a sax recital, perhaps Jen can grab some subscribers for the show. Yeah, you haven't been a great proponent with that. You need to start helping me.
Wait, what do you need?
Yeah, we need help. We need subscribers. I got the warning from YouTube yesterday.
What was the warning?
Well, they lured me into how great the views are and the rewatches and how we're so far ahead of other recent live creations. But by the way, you need to get to 1,000 soon, or you'll yank me down is what they'll do. Yeah, they want 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, so we got to start.
Are you going to be a little more pro Gamecock? Because if I'm going to bring in my people, they're going to need a little more Gamecock love.
We will. Tell them we'll be very pro Gamecock. Yes, we will.
I don't know. You're a little curmudgeon-y about Shane often.
Yeah, well, it's not my fault. Your coach is a punk, but in terms of the program,
I'll see what I can do. But if you're negative about the Gamecocks, my people will just disperse.
I know. Prometheus says, "Hey Jim, we've only heard you can play, nothing concrete." Oh, yeah, I know, right? It's all we keep hearing about.
Wait, is the concrete supposed to be a joke, like a little play on words because the concrete killed my?
I think so. Another comment here. This feels like Milli Vanilli.
That's actually pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I wish it were sexy enough that somebody would want to pretend to play.
God help us. I've never heard so many excuses since Nick Saban said he wouldn't be the coach at Alabama.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not compensated for this gig. So,
You're compensated by our continued, valued, long-standing relationship.
do I need to drop my Venmo?
Yeah, drop your Venmo and see if like tossing coins into a jar.
Yeah, I think it's at Gamecock Love. If anybody wants to inspire me, there you go.
That's funny. That's funny. The peeps are going to give it to you until they get to hear it. So there you go. It's not going to go away. So we're going to loosely.
They're not going to give me any money.
We're going to loosely plan on the 13th. Well, heck, they don't give me any money.
We need money. We need to figure out a way to compensate ourselves for this.
Right now, I need to get the subscriber base up because I knew it was coming. It's fine. It's fine. I understand people watch. I don't think half the people that watch subscribe. I think this was on to say, "Oh, okay, let's watch it," but they don't hit that button. The likes and the subscribe button. That's the important thing.
Okay. All right.
So we got to put that out there.
Again. But I'm going to remind you of that the first time you're anti-Gamecock.
I know. That's fine. Tell them if you let me know we got Gamecock people jumping on, I'll be very nice about the whole thing.
I don't know if I believe you. I don't know. Your fiery, spicy side, though, is intriguing. So I don't want you to totally shut it down.
Oh, no, I won't change.
Okay.
Steven says, if you play, you might get tips, Jen. Have we forgotten? Well, I can't give her too hard a time about it. One says, have we forgotten this is a lost bet? Yes, but there have been bets that I've lost that I still haven't paid up either. So I can't hold that to her. I got to be honest.
I would like to direct people to Uptown Sax Coalition on YouTube, where you can hear our performances from the past. I think we've got a few of the anthem performances up there.
So now she's like Greenberg. She wants $500 to play the sax. Yeah, exactly. You just like
$500. That's nothing. Come on. Let's go.
You don't know the story. Have I told you that story about Seth Greenberg?
I don't know about Greenberg, but $500 for a gig seems reasonable.
When we started the show soon after I'd met you, and then when we broke the news that Tech was going into the ACC, we had it before anybody. We kind of launched ourselves a little bit there. So he was the current coach at Tech, and he reached out at me. Was listening to the show, called right after the show. Hey, I'd like to come on, be on your. Oh, it'd be great. Yeah, coach, it'd be great. When do you want to start? And we got it all worked out. And he goes, so that'll, it's $500 a week. You guys can just pay me monthly. Huh? What? Wait.
Whoa.
No. Yeah, you can't make it up. Cannot make it up. And I just said, sorry, coach, we don't pay guests for coming on. I don't control that. That's beyond my budget here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh.
I said, you have your own weekly show anyway. I mean, Tech at that time it wasn't Tech Talk Live. Whatever it was. Hokey, I don't know what it was. But
certainly he's not hurting for money at that point. So
no, and that's what made it more despicable. Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's kind of not in good judgment.
And he's not a good person.
All right, so are you trying to say what I'm asking for the tips is also in poor judgment?
In poor judgment. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, I'm
We're only asking you to play one song. It's not like we're asking you to play a whole 2-hour set. So,
okay, well, I'm going to get in my PR marketing side. Well, Rick, I'm so grateful for the opportunity, and I will be delighted to arrange that with you. We'll just get to the scheduling component and proceed.
Bottle of bourbon. The peeps are trying to bribe you with a bottle of bourbon. But
I've seen
bourbon. I've seen your bourbon collection. I've told them, I said, I don't know if there's anybody that has a bigger bourbon collection. Maybe somebody in Louisville, but wow, pretty impressive.
Thank you. I do have a very good
You
collection. I have too much bourbon, candidly. Maybe
you kind of do. You're just a damn drunk. It's basically what it is.
No. You know, mouthpieces equipment costs money. That's the only reason why initially I was hinting that the tips would be appreciated, but it was more of a joke, really. I would do it anyway.
I know you would. But that's why you're so good at this, because you know exactly what you're doing, Jen. You know what you're doing.
I like that little evil whisper that you do. That one.
It's easier to do now since I still have this stupid occasional cough. I'm better in that voice than I am. I still can't get a high pitch. I can't do that without hacking. So.
Can you do the creepy little whispery voice though?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. That one's really good. And I'm sorry you're not 100% yet. Did you try the stuff that I had sent you?
I tried some stuff. It never has worked, but I decided to try one and it didn't work. It just doesn't work.
What did you try?
It was some kind of lemon tea. It wasn't the exact thing that you showed me.
You have to do the exact thing that I tell you. You have to follow through with my instruction, right?
I like it when you instruct me, Jen.
You need to be instructed, and I sent you 4 or 5 specific items to get.
Man, the peeps are just relentless.
What's going on in the chat? Do I need to put my glasses back on?
Laura says this segment block has more spin to it than a $2 ride at Carowinds. Sounds like the saxophone show took a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Damn. Oh, Careless Whisper. That's great. Okay.
Careless Whisper.
What I'm my glasses for.
See? Jen could do the Ready Set Fund to pay for her appearance on the show.
Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm getting a little bit bird.
Prometheus says you can never have too much bourbon.
I actually do have too much bourbon. My storage area is full.
You've got like 100 bottles of bourbon down there.
Yeah, I've got a lot.
All right. Isn't that about right?
Maybe not 100, maybe 40.
And then you went to Kentucky and then you brought back how many? Like 12? Wasn't like it was a bunch.
Well, some of them were special. I got a few engraved with Gamecock love type messages that I keep in my shrine here. So some are more commemorative. Ooh.
Do you have one like in the Gamecock logo or something like that? Could they make oh my goodness, that's right up your alley.
It is. I have a few special ones. Let me go get one and show it to the viewers.
Let's see your bourbon. There's Jen's kitty. See there? That's Jazz. See Jazz back there? Jazz hears my voice. Hello, Jazz. Hello. Look at that. Good morning, Jazz.
She's definitely paying attention.
You see how excited she got?
She did get excited. So here's the first one.
Okay.
Can you see it? I don't know. It's got a glare from the.
No, yeah, we see that. Go Cox on that. That is what is that? What brand is that? What is
this? This is from Woodford. This is not like a super pricey bottle, but commemorative. Woodford.
Okay.
And then, oh gosh, this one's getting a little dusty, so the shrine needs to be dusted. But this is a Knob Creek single barrel that I got. I don't know if you can see it. It's engraved right through here. I'm trying to get the right lighting, but it says "Forever to Thee, Go Gamecocks."
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard to see on camera, I think. How close? Oh, there we go.
Forever to thee, go Gamecocks. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's part of our alma mater. Forever to Thee is part of the words from our alma mater. So they stay in my shrine with my Shane Beamer Spurrier items. Gamecock football. Sometimes I'll make fresh bacon, put bacon over there on game day to honor the Gamecocks, help a little bit.
I mean, bacon and bourbon. I mean, it's not just I'm going to Jen's and you get the smell of bacon. I'm never leaving Jen's.
You know what? Bacon in the air fryer. Have you done that? Because that is it's so good.
I still like in the oven better. I never fix it in the pan. I don't ever do that anymore.
Yeah, it's too much of a mess.
Yeah, but I'll do it. Yeah, I've done that when you need it. Not when you need it in a pinch. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a pain to clean up in the air fryer, but it is super, super tasty.
Bet she doesn't have Gentleman's Journey bourbon, Steven says. Have you heard of
I
that?
do not have that. Should I? Is the question.
He says yes. Look how people have gotten involved in your bourbon.
Okay. I have a lot of really nice bottles. I have a friend who is the president of the Columbia Bourbon Collective, and he gets a lot of great stuff and shares it with me. In exchange, he and his wife come over and tailgate here.
What is your favorite bourbon? People on the professional door text line. What's Jen like the best of all the bourbons? What do you got?
My favorite is Peerless in general. Like, I like a lot of their bottles because number one, it's tasty. It's a little bit off the beaten path. People joke about the people who are new to bourbon want all the big brand names, right? Like Pappy and like they chase after the high dollar bottles. But I kind of like to go more for things that are a little more undiscovered and less popular. So Peerless is one of those brands, and I love it. And it was one of the first distilleries in Kentucky, and they had shut down for a while, and then they opened back up and have been producing bottles at their distillery. And I love them. I think they're great, and they're reasonably priced. So $80, $90 bottle. I really like their rye quite a bit. All of their bottles are great. So recommend Peerless.
What about Weller? David Mabry.
Weller, Weller's a good choice, although it's starting to be, again, hunted by all the people who are newer to the scene. The prices are getting jacked up. So I try to get against that a little bit.
When did you develop your affinity for bourbon? Like, how old? Do you remember when you started, like, really getting into it?
My brother kind of got me into it because Neil and I started drinking Manhattans when we were home at the holidays and when we were back in Christiansburg. So it's probably been, 20 years, I'm going to guess.
That all? Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. In college now, I will tell you, had some bad experiences with fighting cock. Have you had fighting cock before?
Well, no, I can't say I have.
It is a cheap, awful swill. And of course, at South Carolina, we would continue to try to drink it over and over because of its name. We would get all enamored with the tie-in, thinking, that's a must. And I've had so many bad weekends because of fighting cock. I can't tell you how many bad weekends.
If only this were an after dark show. There's so many things that could be said right now.
Fighting cock is devil's juice. Watch out. But it's really cheap. So a lot of college kids drink that. So I was telling my brother, who was at Virginia Tech, how much the fighting cock had gotten me. And he responded that it had also had some ill effects with him and his people in Hokietown. So Jazz is in the background. You don't like fighting cock?
Jazz says, that stuff sucks. Keep that out of here. Does Jen have any Boone's Farm or Strawberry Hill? That's funny.
Oh, we did drink that now at Christiansburg. It wasn't too good for that. That's for sure.
The Mickey Big Mouse back in the day in the green barrels. Remember those?
Yes. And I remember when Zima came out, like all of us wanted Zima. I thought it was so like sophisticated and But back in the day, things with bands were very different. So like marching bands in school. So you could go like after a game and you could go play the fight song for people after the game on your way back to the bus because the bus would be trapped and couldn't leave forever because of all the traffic. So we would get, free stuff from people, just whatever, Zimas, beers, shots of fighting cock, etc. So we would just wander through the parking lot and play the anthem. You could never do this now. And same with the Virginia Tech people. I'm sure they're not doing that. And the marching Virginians, tighties, I'm sure they're not doing that now.
Do you know how difficult it is for me to sit here and have to let go the phrase shots of fighting cock coming out of your mouth? But I have to be good.
You have to. It's an actual product.
I know it is.
It's swill. It's terrible. Do not drink. But I love its name. I want to love it, but.
Anthony says, Devil's Juice, Fighting Cocks. What's going on here this morning? Well,
Devil's Juice. It is. It's straight from the devil. Satan's personal cocktail is made with fighting cock. I promise.
Is there, Davey asks, Davey says, oh, tell Jen I love her, by the way. Hey, there you go, Jen. Davey loves you. He's inventing. He says, is there another place outside of Kentucky in America that makes good bourbon? That's a good question. Is bourbon is that the only place that you would trust coming out of? Is there another state that is known for that at all? I don't know. Thanks, David.
Well, legally for a long time, I don't know. It seems like now the enforcement of this is looser, but for a long time you weren't allowed to call it bourbon unless it met some very specific criteria. And now it's
really,
it's kind of changing a little bit. I mean, everyone knows it's big business, so as the market share continues to grow. Although I keep hearing the younger people, especially working with students, they tell me they don't really drink as much as we used to. And so, drinking is part of our culture, I think, is changing too. So more the people who are drinking bourbon are people who are our age with a little bit of money, discretionary income. So that's pushing the market. Like I said, these people who are collectors more, trying to collect the big bottles, they're driving the prices up on those. So to me, part of it is, I would definitely try whiskey and bourbon from other places and just see what you like. I mean, I think it's less about what everybody else thinks and more about what you personally like.
Anthony says Tennessee thinks they do make good bourbon.
Well, I do know this. I feel like bourbons that some people would snub just because they're, not as delicious to drink neat. Sometimes those would be really good in cocktails because they have a little more edge and can stand up against the other ingredients. So sometimes it just kind of depends what you're trying to do with it.
Have you ever had anything from Scotland called Grangestone?
I have not.
It's a Scotch whiskey.
The Scotch thing, I'm getting an image.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I have not tried that. I'm not a Scotch person in general.
It's got sent that way.
Rick, do you like Scotch?
Nah, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's been okay.
Yeah, I've much tried bourbon.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm just still basically a beer guy. I know it's not sexy at all. And you don't like beer because you've never had good beer. That's why.
Well, I think I just, for me now, being more health conscious, the beer makes me feel more bloated and
I know
bigger, and it's just a lot of liquid. If you drink bourbon for the same, hit of fun, you have this much, and the beer is, it's just it's more efficient for my caloric intake.
I know I have no use for wine at all. You a wine gal at all?
I like some of the reds here and there with dinner, but it's not going to be my first choice.
No. Sax players don't drink lowly beer, I'm being told. Oh, well, there you go.
Well, I don't know. A lot of my friends do, but I'm not really into it. I think, again, it's just I drank beer a lot in college and right after. A lot of McAdoo's beers and the big schooner thing. Is that what it was called? The big?
Yeah. The big, yeah.
But I just sort of, quote unquote, retired from beer. Probably when I moved down here, I haven't really had much beer since.
So David Mabry's obviously a bourbon connoisseur. He says House Bourbon Benchmark, Celebration Bourbon, Pappy 12, Weller Special Reserve. You know all those?
Yeah, I had the Pappy 12. Actually, the president of the Bourbon Club, his name is Ruben. He had some recently. It was really, really, really good. I mean, it was special. I've had all my good bottles I've had because of Ruben.
Is Ruben married?
He is, and his wife is amazing. Her name is Jennifer also.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm going to get a little jealous there. If this guy's giving you bourbon, I mean, the rest of us have a chance, Jen.
No, he's a good friend, and he's a good Gamecock fan. I appreciate him because he's kind of like me. He'll stay and but we're not those fans who will throw things and get super mad when we're bad. We just kind of like, okay, well, let's pour a drink and chill out a little bit. So
Morris says, bloated my ass. Use the restroom more often with beer. It's just rented anyway.
I don't know. It's just so much liquid. I think it's like if you drank, I don't know, like that much water all at once. It's just too much stuff for me.
So
I don't know.
Now I hope people don't plan on making this into action. People are asking me on the text line, how many bourbons, Jen, does it take for you to actually start, enjoying yourself? Quote.
Well, I mean, I think after one good Manhattan, you're feeling pretty good. Yeah.
Really? So one? So you're kind of a lightweight. Is that right?
Well, Manhattans are very strong. They're 2 shots usually of bourbon, 1 shot of vermouth. So, or like similar portions. So, it's a potent drink.
Okay. All right. Well, this is good. We're having a night and people are going nuts over it on the text line and here in chat.
I will tell you one thing that I've changed in my Manhattan recipe over the last few years is I've enjoyed exploring little fancy bitters to put in it. And that's fun too. That's a way to play with the flavor a little bit. So I have some kind of artsy, expensive bitters, and I enjoy being a little bit of a chemist with that because you can bring out some good flavor with that. I have some black walnut bitters, some cherry ones, just some different things, chocolate. You can do a little mixing.
Chris Lester said Uncle Nearest is fire. He likes Uncle Nearest.
Good choice. And that's another one that's not all driven up by demand. So you can get a good bottle and pay a reasonable price.
Moore says the better question, how many bourbons will it take before you play the sax for us?
Well, I have, this was probably one of my poor decisions. I had some people over and they begged me to play the sax. And this was after a tailgate environment. And we went out on that balcony back there, which you can see all the chairs are sideways because we've had a lot of wind here. But I decided that would be a good idea to play out on the balcony and did do that evening.
There you go. Did people in the streets were just like trying to throw money up in the balcony? Here, how can we get you our money? You're great.
No. I think it's 2 a.m. and there's nobody out there. And I'm sure my neighbors really appreciated me doing that. So I've not repeated that performance.
Jessica, hey, Peepette. Oh, the text. So does Jen like foo-foo girl drinks? Is what she says. Are you big
Absolutely
like an umbrella?
Not. No. I don't like sweet drinks in general. Like I don't drink sweet tea. I don't drink sweet stuff in general ever. So
it's pretty funny.
Does Jessica like it?
Yeah, apparently, I guess, because she asked. First time I've heard from Jessica, so I don't know. Jessica, I hope you're subscribed.
Subscribe now.
Yeah, welcome. Subscribe.
Yeah, do it.
Is Jen moonlighting as a liquored up blues artist in some Charleston speakeasy? Well, maybe.
I would do that.
You would do that. Yeah, you'd be all over that. Absolutely, you would.
That'd be fun.
Absolutely, you would.
Mm-hmm. I like that as a dream gig. That would be one of them.
Yeah, you'd be like Ron Swanson as Duke Silver on Parks and Rec. Like I'd be down there in Charleston with the basketball team, and I'd be in some little speakeasy, and all of a sudden, I don't know what would your stage name be? Well, you have to think about that one, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I need some time for that.
And then I look up and I'm like, that looks like Jen. but then I would go, oh wait, no, she's actually playing her saxophone.
What everyone needs to understand is when I play, I'm very serious about it because I've done it a long time. And it's hard for me to play in an environment where I'm concerned about quality control. And I'm very, very concerned about quality control with this. I don't want the sound to be bad. I don't want you all to hear it and be like, that sounds like crap. And that, that's very important to me. So that's part of the hesitation.
The peeps understand the limits here on YouTube, though. So they would forgive if it like sounded tinny or something because they know it's not you. It's just the way things come across the format.
It's going to be out there for the world to see, and I have hesitation about that.
I understand. You're a perfectionist. You're a professional. You rise above it. Sorry.
What little voice is that?
It's from This Is Spinal Tap, one of my favorite.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, appreciate you hanging out a little extra overtime with us. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Well, Bourbon Chat was fun. Unexpected.
Fun. Look at that. Yeah.
We had some show and tell.
Yeah, it was great seeing your stock. Got to see Jazz the kitty. Desperately trying to find me. Apparently, she can't.
Yeah, she responded to your voice. She likes dudes now, so she is a flirt.
Well, Lord knows she probably gets several dudes that she gets to be around.
Well, I mean, she hosts tailgates with me, so.
No, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you have a great weekend, and we'll get this all arranged here at some point, and I'll let you know about next Friday. If you're busy, I have a feeling we won't have a show Friday. It's semifinal Friday in the Big South, and even though we won't play until the evening, you get kind of pretty busy there for all the early games. So.
That's a good excuse. So, how come you can make an excuse and people aren't writing in the chat how awful and terrible you are?
Well, I mean, they get to see me. If I'm not doing the show one day, they get to see me the other 4 days. They're not hearing you play the sax the other 4 days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm just pointing out that maybe it's a different handling of the whole situation.
Wayne has a stage name for Jen's suggestion, Blue Note Betty.
Well, it's a starting point.
That's great. All right.
Nothing X-rated. Huh? You can suggest things, but nothing X-rated, please.
No.
Well,
at least of her stage name. All right. You have a great weekend, and we'll maybe next week. If not, I'll let you know, and we'll resume.
All right. Lots of love to you.
Thank you. You as well. As always. You be good. Stay safe. And we'll talk soon.
Go Cox.
There you go. Fighting Cox. Take care of yourself, Jen.
You too.
All right. Jen the Gamecock Girl. Good stuff. That was fun. Thank you, everybody. You made that a lot of fun. Again, thanks to everybody. Thanks for all your well wishes. Today, it's all about the memory of that young man and his family at Williams Field. Come see us at 3:00. I'll be on the air at 3. Hope everybody has a great weekend. And please, everyone, make sure, as many of you have said, hug, appreciate, love your children, your families, because it happens just like that. Have a great weekend. Thanks for the therapy this morning. It was great. And good luck to the Highlanders and the Hokies this weekend. And we'll see you on Monday's show. Take care.